1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister is discussing with his team at a meeting in Islamabad steps being taken to address the current coronavirus situation. The Special Assistant to National Health Services says the government is about to start training of healthcare professionals in critical care. The National Disaster Management Authority has provided N95 masks to the provinces. Pakistan has expressed deep appreciation to the people of Wuhan for sending medicines and medical equipment at a crucial time of coronavirus pandemic. The Hurriyat organizations have expressed serious concern over the threat to the life of Kashmiri detainees languishing in Indian jails in view of the increasing number of corona patients. In India, 21-day lockdown makes the life of millions miserable, with the opposition blaming the Modi government of having no contingency plan to cope with the situation. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan is discussing steps being taken to address the current COVID-19 situation with his team in Islamabad. The protocols set for social distancing are being observed as participants of the meeting are maintaining proper distance from one another. On the directives of Prime Minister Imran Khan, the National Disaster Management Authority has decided to set up 2 more laboratories for testing COVID-19 samples in Karachi. The laboratories will be set up in Sindh Institute of Urology and Transplantation and the Jinnah Postgraduate Medical Centre. Meanwhile, the Governor of Sindh, Imran Ismail, made telephonic contact with Prime Minister Imran Khan and briefed him about the arrangements to overcome the COVID-19 in the province. The Special Assistant on National Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza, has expressed the hope that Pakistani health professionals will learn from their Chinese counterparts to stem the tide against coronavirus. Briefing the team of Chinese doctors in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan is highly impressed with the way the Chinese government dealt with COVID-19 by taking appropriate measures at appropriate time to contain the severity of the killer bug. Dr. Zafar Mirza said the arrival of Chinese doctors is very important as Pakistan is just going to start training of healthcare professionals in critical care. The National Disaster Management Authority has provided N95 masks to all the provincial disaster management authorities. In a statement today, NDMA spokesperson said masks were donated by Jack Ma Foundation of China and 200,000 of them have been provided in Sindh, 75,000 in the Punjab, 50,000 each to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan and Islamabad Capital Territory. The spokesperson said 15,000 N5 masks were provided to Azad Kashmir as well. The air transport fleet of the Pakistan Air Force has been assigned the responsibility to airlift medical equipment and relief goods from China to help fight COVID-19 pandemic in the country. In this regard, a Pakistan Air Force IL-78 aircraft loaded with 14 tons of cargo comprising ventilators, N95 masks and protective gear landed at the Noor Khan Air Base today. Meanwhile, Pakistan has expressed deep appreciation to the people of Wuhan for their support at a crucial time. In a tweet, the Foreign Office spokesperson Aisha Faruqi thanked the Chinese people for their support for Pakistan to cope with the situation arising out of COVID-19. The Ministry of Information Technology and Telecommunications has developed an application COVID-19 GOV-PK to effectively deal with the coronavirus pandemic in the country. The application will provide awareness to citizens about all the actions to be taken for the prevention of coronavirus. The application currently contains 4 different functions such as dashboard for current status of COVID-19, alarms for washing hands, chat box for awareness of COVID-19 and World Health Organization videos for prevention of coronavirus. One of the major features of this app, Radius Alert, is under development phase, which will give citizens an opportunity to identify corona patients in certain areas so that they can maintain social distancing. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Disaster Management Authority has provided 5,000 safety kits and 8,000 gloves to quarantine centres in the province. The Director General, Provincial Disaster Management Authority, informed the media today that 750 litres sanitizers were also provided for suspected patients and the staff. He said all necessary equipment has been provided to district administrations and concerned organisations. The director said medical equipment received from National Disaster Management Authority would be also delivered to all the district headquarters hospital in the province. 3 more laboratories for coronavirus samples test will be set up in Gilgit-Baltistan within a week. This was stated by the Gilgit-Baltistan Chief Minister Hafizur Rahman while talking to a private television channel. He said the Army Chief and the Chairman National Disaster Management Authority have assured to establish laboratories in the area to conduct all tests at the local level. The Chief Minister said Gilgit-Baltistan government has hired 50 hotels with capacity of 1,100 rooms and shifted 370 persons in isolation and quarantine to curb the pandemic. This is Radio Pakistan. The Chairman National Disaster Management Authority, Lieutenant General Mohammad Afzal, says China has played the role of a true friend by supporting Pakistan in testing times of coronavirus outbreak. Talking to newsmen in Islamabad after receiving medical aid reached from Wuhan city, he said this is the second flight carrying medical equipment from China to Islamabad. The Chinese ambassador Zhao Xing handed over the medical goods to the Chairman National Disaster Management Authority. The Chinese ambassador to Pakistan, Zhao Xing, says his country is providing support to Pakistan on priority basis to help it come out of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. Addressing a ceremony in Islamabad today, he said medical team from China visiting Pakistan will share their knowledge and expertise with their Pakistani counterparts to deal with the threat of coronavirus. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO is arranging virtual ministerial dialogue titled COVID-19 and Open Science to be held tomorrow to consider proposals and future action plans for the prevention of global diseases with the help of science. The meeting will also consider the possible immediate and equitable participation of data and scientific information worldwide regarding global war against COVID-19. The Minister for Science and Technology, Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, will represent Pakistan in the dialogue via video link. 5 Pakistani nationals stranded in India due to COVID-19 pandemic successfully returned to the home country via Atari-Wagah border today. According to a press release of the Pakistan High Commission, New Delhi, they came to India on medical visas and were stranded in New Delhi due to coronavirus-related restrictions. In occupied Kashmir, the High Court Bar Association has paid rich tributes to prominent martyred Kashmiri lawyer and the leading human rights activist Jalil Ahmed Andarabi on his 24th martyrdom anniversary. At a meeting in Srinagar, the executive members of the High Court Bar Association said Jalil Andarabi was arrested in broad daylight by men in uniform and tortured to death in custody. In their separate statements, the Kashmir Bar Association, Jammu and Kashmir People's Freedom League and Islami Tanzeem-e-Azadi expressed serious concern over the threat to the lives of Kashmiri detainees languishing in Indian jails in view of the increasing number of corona patients. They demanded immediate release of all political leaders, activists, civil society members, lawyers and trade leaders from Tihar and other jails of India and Kashmir. As 21-day lockdown in India makes the life of millions miserable, the opposition politician Rahul Gandhi says the Modi government has no contingency plan to cope with the situation. In a tweet today, he termed the situation shameful. In an opinion editorial published today in the Indian Express, Nobel laureate Abhijit Banerjee and Esther Duflo said the crisis will snowball into an economic avalanche in India. They said people will have no choice but to defy the lockdown orders. Media reports say millions of homeless people and migrant laborers have been left in the lurch after India announced a lockdown in a bid to contain the spread of coronavirus. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country. However, rain thunderstorm is expected in North Balochistan during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk. And you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.